Right. So I think this is your first class of geography. Okay. So basically we are going to discuss briefly what is geography all about, what is the overall syllabus, okay, that we have to cover as per examination pattern, and then we'll go into details. Okay, start from this here. So what do you think is geography? All of you must have read it somewhere in your schools, okay, at least till class 10. Okay. So how can you define geography in your words? Huh? Study of physical aspect. What is physical aspect? What is example? Soil. Soil, water, and that is there. So that is one way of defining geography. Simply, basically, if we talk about what is this word made up of, two different roots are there. Okay, that is geo, and then we have graphy. So this was something, that word itself, it was coined by a Greek philosopher called as Eratosthenes. He was the first who coined the word geography. Okay, and since he coined the word, what is it? Geo simply means what? Geo refers to earth, and graphy, what does graphy refer to? Description about earth. Okay, or what we can say, study of the features of the earth. So basically, what is geography? Simple, in his own word, geography is nothing but description or study of. Okay, that is how we can define in simplest term what is geography. It is the description or study of what? Earth. Study of earth. That is what we can write first. This name is very important. Okay. Since he was the one who first came up term geography, okay, and he began the studies, so he is also referred as what? Father of geography. In prelims, such kind of questions statement wise can be asked. Okay, who is considered as father of geography? So correct answer will be Eratosthenes. Okay, so what definition you have said, that study of physical aspect of the earth? That was true in the early phases when geography was still what? In the stage of development. But later on, as the geography discipline became much more bigger and bigger, what happened? Apart from adding physical aspect, study of physical aspect, we also added what? The study of humans as well as study of cultures also. So today we talk about geography is not only study about physical features of the earth. It also include what? The study of the human element as well as study of the culture. Culture means what? Culture of who? Culture of, again, humans we are talking about. So we'll discuss that how we have divided. Up to here clear? Simple definition. Okay. Now few other definitions we can write. This we already have discussed. This is definition. Second definition, it is not very important. Carl Ritter was there. The modern definition that was given by Hartsohn. This is something that you should remember. And if you have to write anywhere the definition, this is the actual definition that is more current and more, what we can say, elaborate in nature. This is what you should write. 1939, another noted geographer, Hartsohn. What he said, what is geography? It is concerned to provide what? See, when earlier time geography was in the state of development, that time it was not so much scientific discipline. Okay, it was only based on what kind of things? Observations. Gradually, what happened? Lot of science and scientific instrument as well as scientific concepts were there that also began to be used in the geography. So gradually, it converted into which kind of discipline? We cannot say strictly it is scientific discipline, but semi-scientific discipline we can call it, right? So that is why in modern time, how we can define geography is concerned to provide, first, if a discipline is scientific, what kind of information it is expected to provide? Accurate. Okay. Second, it has to be in ordered manner. So accurate, orderly. And third is what? Science is always equated with what? Rationality. Okay, so three important things are there: accurate, orderly, and rational description, and as well as interpretation of the variable character of Earth's surface. Okay, that is how in modern time we can define. Clear? Accurate, orderly, and rational. Even if you do not remember exact definition, okay, what you have to focus upon, this is something that is true for further whatever you study in the UPSC preparation. You're not expected to remember exact word by word definition, everything, but the keywords are very important. So if you just remember these three things, accurate, orderly, and rational, by yourself also you can write the definition of geography. But keywords are what you have to focus upon. Now, overall, if you understand the aspect of geography, we have discussed initially it was focused on what? Physical aspect. Gradually, what happens? We have now addition of the human aspect. And then geography not only studies them by themselves independently, but also study what? Relation between the physical feature and the human elements that are present on the earth. So this is how we can divide the geography into several branches. Okay, so if we talk about physical branches, what are the physical branches? This one. First is what? If we talk about the features, physical features of the earth, total three things we can identify here. One is, what do we have? Large part of earth is made up of land. Okay, how much percentage of earth is made up of land? Roughly 30%. Remaining is what? Water. And then above land and water, what do we have? Air, or in other word, what we can write more appropriately, we have the atmosphere. Land part is also sometimes written as what? That part of the earth that is covered with land surface, we call it as what? Lithosphere. The part of the earth covered by water surface, what do we call it? Hydrosphere. And atmosphere is made up of what? Can say it is made up of gaseous elements, right? So this is how briefly we can divide the earth into three parts: land part, which is called as lithosphere; water part, that is hydrosphere; and the gaseous part, that is enveloping or surrounding the entire earth. What we can call it, or what we call it? It is atmosphere. Now, physical geography is concerned with what? Study of all of these three aspects of the earth, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. So when we study the hydrosphere, what do we call it? Hydrology. Okay, nowadays hydrology term is not used. Instead of that, since most of water is present where on the earth, it is present in the oceans. So that is why what we call it as oceanography. So study of what? Water part, or study of the hydrosphere. Right. What we are trying to do is divide the physical geography into different segments. So first is study of hydrosphere. What do we call the study of hydrosphere? Oceanography, or general term that we use is hydrology. How much percentage of Earth's water you think is present in the ocean? We talk about water both on the land as well as on the ocean. How much percent is in the ocean? How much percent? 90%. 90% is less. 97%. Okay, 97% of the entire Earth's water is present where? In the ocean. Okay, so that is why the branch is called as oceanography because of this. Second, When you look at the gaseous part, that is the atmosphere. So study of atmosphere, what do you call it? Climatology. Okay, so that is the second branch of geography. Second branch of physical geography. First branch of physical geography is oceanography. Second branch of physical geography, that is concerned with what? Study of atmosphere, and is referred as climatology. Now, when you talk about the lithosphere, that is the most important part, because it is a lithosphere which support what? Life. Okay, not only lithosphere, but human life we are talking about. That is largely present where? On the lithosphere. So lithosphere itself, the study is divided into various phenomena. Okay, this we can remove. This is part of your climatology. Okay, this we not have to concern with. This is not in our syllabus. Okay, this if you take geography as like in bachelor's or master's, then meteorology is separated from the climatology. Otherwise, not have to focus on that. So here what we have to study about is study of lithosphere. One aspect is biogeography, other aspect is geomorphology, and the third aspect is pedology. Okay, so that you can write. The study of lithosphere. The study of lithosphere or land part of Earth. We can divide it into three parts: biogeography, geomorphology, and pedology. Right? Now, what is this? Briefly, if we try to understand this, biogeography. Bio means what? Life. Okay, so when you're studying the life forms on the earth, whether it is the plant life, whether it is the animal life, okay, that is what we can call as biogeography. So in UPSC, you have to study biogeography. However, for this, they have dedicated a separate this subject itself. What is that subject? Part of UPSC syllabus? Environment and biodiversity. So detailed discussion of biogeography will be done where? When you're studying the environment and biodiversity. That is the first thing. Second is what? Geomorphology. This is core geography. Okay. Geomorphology means what? Again, I'm writing it here. This is the most important part. So geomorphology. Again, it is made up of three root words. First root word is what? Geo. Second is morpho. And third is logic. So if you discuss each of these words, root words itself, it will become clear what is geomorphology all. So geo means we have discussed already. What does it mean? Means the earth. Morpho means what? Various forms, different forms. And logi comes from logos. Logos is what? It is study. Study of. So in simple way, how can we describe geomorphology? It is the study of what? Various forms of the earth. Okay, that is what it is. Geomorphology. That is study of various forms of the earth. But which part of the earth? As you discussed, geomorphology is concerned with what? Lithosphere. That means it is largely concentrated which part? Land part. Different forms that you have on the land part of the earth. That is when you're studying them, it is called as geomorphology. So what are the example of various forms on the land part of the earth? Mountains are there, plateaus are there, then plains, okay, valleys, all these. So different kind of landscapes are there. All have formed in different part of this earth, different point of time, as well as have different kind of features. So entirely when it's trying to understand them, for example, mountain, Himalayas is example of what? Mountains. Himalaya is also what? The highest, tallest mountain of the world. Okay, tallest mountain range we can say of. So there must be reason why it is tallest. Okay, there must be reason why Himalaya has developed in the northern part of India. Why Himalaya is not present in south part of India or central part of India? There must be reason behind that. So why a particular landform has developed on the Earth's surface? Example, Tibetan Plateau. Why did Tibetan Plateau form? Or Ladakh Plateau in India. How did Ladakh Plateau came into origin? What is the age? Okay, what kind of rocks you will find there? What kind of changes you can expect to occur in these features in the future? All these, when you study them, it is example of what? Or comes under which discipline? Geography is a larger discipline. Within that, you have branches. So within that, what do you have? Second, within a larger geography discipline, what do you have? You have the physical geography. Within physical geography, when you study these things, it is called as what? Geomorphology. Clear? Everything we are discussing is under the subject matter of what? Geography. We are dividing into two broad parts, physical part and human part. In physical part, study of atmosphere, that is separate, which we call as what? Climatology. Study of water part, that is separate, that is called as hydrology or oceanography. And then study of the land part. Within the study of land part, when you study the life form on that, that is biogeography. When you study the physical features of different forms that you have on the Earth's surface, what we call it? Geomorphology. And last, what do we have? Very important for human. We survive on what? Food. Food is grown where? Crops are there. Okay, crops are major source of food. So where are crops grown? What do you require for cultivation of crops or growing of crops? Soil is required. So study of soil is called as pedology. Okay, so that you can write. Pedology is study of soils on the Earth's surface.
a biggest announcement for all the civil services aspirants as well as working professional, those who are preparing for civil services examination. Legacy IAS has come up with one of the most important course and the most awaited course called as NCERT Foundation course. Now, NCERTs, which is considered as the background of UPSC and the lifeline of UPSC civil services examination. For example, you cannot create a building in a single day. A strong building requires a strong foundation, and that foundation is NCERT. तो इसीलिए Legacy IAS Academy लेकर आ रही है NCERT कोर्स, जो कि इस वीक से ही शुरू होने वाला है। तो जल्द से जल्द आप सभी लोग एनरोल करा सकते हैं। A biggest announcement for all the civil services aspirants as well as working professional, those who are preparing for civil services examination. Legacy IAS has come up with one of the most important course and the most awaited course called as NCERT Foundation course. Now, NCERTs, which is considered as the background of UPSC and the lifeline of UPSC civil services examination. For example, you cannot create a building in a single day. A strong building requires a strong foundation, and that foundation is NCERT. तो इसीलिए Legacy IAS Academy लेकर आ रही है NCERT कोर्स, जो कि इस वीक से ही शुरू होने वाला है। तो जल्द से जल्द आप सभी लोग एनरोल करा सकते हैं फॉर योर बेसिक प्रिपरेशन।